Axios had another scoop over the weekend. A little bit of information about what Donald Trump is going to be doing over the next few weeks to try to get this whole situation back under his control. He plans to brandish obituaries of people who supposedly voted but are dead, plus hold campaign-style rallies in an effort to prolong his fight against apparent insurmountable election results. This is according to 4 different Trump advisors that say the dead people voted thing is gonna be a big thing. And look, I can imagine that because you remember in his thing with Jonathan Swan, that interview, he loves having papers now. He's a big fan. He doesn't totally know how to read or interpret visual data, but he likes the idea of papers that prove him right. So expect that he's going to continue the super spreader tour, but this time he's gonna be waving around pictures of dead people that he will assert have apparently voted.
Yeah, he doesn't really understand staples yet, but they're working on that. He doesn't know if it goes like backwards. Like which corner does the staple go in? It's very difficult if you don't actually know how to read. Oh my God, John, more like of all the things, and like, look, maybe this is probably, we'll talk about this later. It's like the least harmful thing he could do, but to have more campaign rallies in the dead of winter, flu season's upon us. I'm wearing a sweater.
I wish I was. It's freezing in here. Yeah, it's gonna be devastating, but his fans need it now more than ever. They're gonna need to be surround him and chant that he won and everything. They want to, like, their supply of heroin was just cut off. They only have a little bit left, and so they need to make it last through the winter. And so I think Trump rallies
snort him
gonna help.
No, I mean,
chop him up and snort him.
But this is the thing. It's like, I mean, if we thought that he was inciting violence on the campaign trail in office, what is lame duck Trump going to incite at those campaign rallies? And that's not even one of my 5.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if it's mine. You have to wait until the end of the show. But we do have a little bit more information from Axios. They quote a person that they identified as someone who often talks to Trump as saying, so not Melania then, as saying there is no chance the president will call for national, not Don Jr. either. No chance he'll call for national unity. Obviously, do you need a source on that? Honestly, Axios, you need we've got to double check this because he might call for unity. He might rise above himself and prove in this last moment to be the president we always knew he could be. No, he's not gonna do it. But anyway, they also cite a senior Republican who frequently speaks to the president, stating that he is angry, volatile, disconsolate. Yes, again, he's like that post-coitus. I'm pretty sure he's like that now. I have a feeling he's probably disconsolate. Anyway, you want an example, Francesca? Not of the thing I just said, but of how angry he is?
Bro.
The federal. Hey, you've done the undies thing, so I gotta get you back.
I mean, the federal coitus meaning the last time he did coitus, which was what, 7 or 8 years ago, whenever Stormy Daniels happened, or maybe more. That's definitely the last time. That's what it's called, by the way, doing coitus. Coiting, I believe.
I totally coited. That dude coits. Anyway, the Federal Government General Services Administration has declined to provide funding to the Biden campaign's transition team as President Donald Trump contests the results of the 2020 election. So there's something like between $9 and $10 million that's supposed to go to the transition team to pay for administrative costs and offices and all that. Seems like a crazy amount of money, but apparently that's what they need. They're not giving it to them, but of course they're not. That would be an acknowledgement that a transition is happening and they don't want that. So I guess they're gonna try to stop it. And
that's
what's
the
interesting
price that
is
a deep clean would cost the White House at this point. $10 million is minimum for a deep clean of the White House. It's a petri dish. There is so much Rona in that place.
Yeah,
it doesn't usually live on surfaces, but it definitely lives on that surface. Yeah. Imagine the dust bunnies. There's the orange dust bunnies everywhere.
Yeah. No, you gotta get someone to sweep out the Big Mac wrappers and everything. There's orange stains and everything. It is going to be a mess, and so we need that money.
Tumbleweeds through the halls. At this point,
exactly. It's almost beautiful, haunting in a way. So who is leading to this? We're learning a little bit more as time goes on about who is trying to get Trump to accept reality and who is trying to get him to double down. Some of those double down people are obvious. You've seen Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz saying he needs to continue to fight. Laura Ingraham saying he's still the leader of the GOP and he'll probably be president, but even if he isn't, he should run again. So those people are obvious. But then you also have people like Jared Kushner, who apparently has been advising Trump to pursue legal remedies to the election, which again aren't really a thing in the absence of evidence of voter fraud. A second source close to Kushner confirms to Axios that he had not advised Trump to concede. Although again, on the concede front, you have apparently Melania telling him that he needs to accept that he lost. And clearly he's not listening to his wife. That seems pretty clear. But anyway, so we're getting all of this conflicting information about who's saying to double down, who's not. Mark Meadows is apparently saying double down, don't leave. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mess in there. Another source apparently says that they're having some awkward conversations in the president's orbit and that basically everyone has themselves accepted that he's lost, but that doesn't mean that they're telling him that he has lost. And Rudy Giuliani, of course, is egging him on for this legal fight because look, we've been trying to figure out what exactly is going on with Rudy Giuliani, but at the very least, this is his last bit of like influence or people paying attention to him. Like he is going to hold on to this as long as he can. And so it's going to be interesting to see who wins out and for how long they win out on pushing these ridiculous sham legal challenges. But as of right now, it seems like they're being successful in getting Trump to not accept reality.
I mean, it makes sense. They all have the coronavirus. It's the fever talking. Mark Meadows is loopy and they're all on whatever experimental drugs they're getting access to. So the idea that they won't accept reality makes even more sense now. Trump knows he's lost. The whole thing is whether he can let on, just like he knows that he knew the pandemic was real, but he didn't want to let on.
Yeah.
Are they trying to save the economy? Are they just trying to hawk more shirts before they got to peace out? Look, Cheney is just shaking his damn head. That poor man's non-heart is just he's getting palpitations with his non-heart. He doesn't have a heart, actually, if you remember that. He is also still alive. Alex Trebek, not. So yeah, no God, there is none. And but no, I don't like it. This is the worst way. If you want to steal an election, focus on one state, okay? Flip the voting machines in one of those states, hack one of them, get Russia on the case. Focus on one state. Don't just do a blanket steal. It doesn't work. Ugh, amateur.
Yeah, it is coming across as very amateurish. I mean, Rudy Giuliani is one of his like senior legal advisors. How is that going to work out for you? Honestly,
but this is the whole thing no one's talking about. Like if dead people voted, Lindsey Graham is on Fox News, like, well, 100 people voted here and 6 people over there, and like, that's 106, and Biden is winning by 30,000 votes. So like, what are we talking about? Are there 30,000 people who voted who were dead? I don't think so. Even if we're gonna believe their reality.
As outsiders, we have to acknowledge what is happening, whether it's Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz, or it's Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham, or all the right-wing grifters on YouTube. They are saying Trump has won, not because they think he has, or that they even think this legal strategy is going to work, because it clearly isn't. They are reassuring their audience, I have your back. You're disconnected from reality. I'm just as disconnected from reality as you are, so keep giving me your sweet, sweet dollars. That's what they want. They are vice signaling to their audience to ensure that they stay relevant. Like Laura Ingraham saw those crowds chanting Fox News sucks in Arizona, and that had to scare her. The idea that her career could go bye-bye when Trump leaves, so she has to, like, he might be plunging below the surface of the ocean, but she is going to cling to him as he goes down there, because that's the only place where her money, will continue to flow.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.